Let's see. Who do we have in here? Chat. Persons on YouTube. Let me know if you're hearing me, and if you're seeing my screen, just drop it in the box for me, please, so I know everything is working as it should. Okay, I say yes. All right, so first setup. Took this one just now right before we got on. This is GJ. We're almost at our TP1, but it's still good for you to enter. So let's go. We can look at entering GJ cells right now. Cells are still good. Might get a bit of retest to this level, but that should be fine. So we're gonna ride out GJ cells on this one. GP1 here is 20 pip, so if you enter from right here, your 20 pip would be just a bit further down, which is right here. The reason I have this take profit going all the way down is because it's a signal that I sent in the um, Telegram chat. The signals group, so targeting these lows. So currently that's what looking at on GJ. So yeah, hop in and let's make some money. Believe UJ was setting up as well. Let's take a look. Alright, so for UJ, I had a sell stop here. Reason is I wanted to see if it's gonna break below these lows. Sitting on this trend line right now, so ideally I want to see it break below this trend line. Let's see if we can do an impulse entry right here. All right, so yeah, let me see. Yeah, we can take an entry on this. Let's see. Yeah, so UJ, you're looking at sales right now. So I'm hopping in this. Stop loss right up here, right above the last high. Um, target is this is 40 pip, so we still keep this right here, which is just about 20 pip based on this entry. So let's see how those two play out for us. Um, let's as GJ and UJ.
No, when I'm watching one, it's like I
All right. Don't want to be taking too many setups, but I just got an alert. CAD JPY. Okay. All right, so in the interim, guys, if it is that you want us to look at any specific pair, I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. Again, we're just looking on scalp entries as well as intraday setups. Intraday setups may not play out well on the session, but it would be good for overall analysis and your overall trading as to you getting a potential setup. So with these scalps, we're just looking for some quick moves, ideally 20 pips. Um, if we get more, then we take it. Aim at 40 pips for the scalp, using in most cases a 20 pip stop loss as well. Let's see. What's your final TP for UJ? Alright. Hold on just a minute. May get around to answering you. I just want to check something as I got a notification here. Alright, so for UJ, I'm currently looking to bring it down to the 13300 area. Reason I'm looking for a possible retest on there to continue up. Connect. So 133. Plain pullbacks on UJ for buy setups. Alright, you're welcome. That's it. Please can you review GU and gold? Thank you for your live. Alright, sure. Sure. Let's go with GU. Some reason. Internet is not connecting. Alright, give me just a minute. Alright, so for GU, ideally this is what I was looking at. I'm still looking to see if we get a pullback before we continue higher. Overall, I'm expecting or looking for buys, but would like to see some form of pullback um, on GU. Haven't haven't gotten much from GU in terms of since market open, so kind of just waiting. Came down on a firm support at this level right next to this one, so this could be the overall rejection to continue higher. However, based on this gap, um, I want to see how it react to the bottom of it as well as the top. So for me with GU, I am not looking to take any trades on it just yet. Ideally, I'd want to see above these highs, but even for this area here, it's just about 20 pips. So I'm not particularly keen on taking an entry on GU here. I'd prefer to wait for price to break above this area, give us a retest just as this is showing, and then to continue up. Or depending if the market chooses to give us the retest first, then I'd be looking to take sells below this level but down to retest here. So have an area here, but I'd target here as a first target, so just about 26 pip. Just set the TP for 20 pip right here, as we can reject from this area as well. All right, and retest here. So I wouldn't look for it to go lower than this for the pullback to continue up. So overall, GU is buys, but waiting to see, based on the fact that market hasn't given me much for me to draw that conclusion based on how I trade. So currently waiting on that. But overall, we're looking at sales from this point, but the market gave a gap, so that wouldn't cut. I wouldn't take an entry. I wouldn't be able to get an entry rather from here, as the market opened up here. So currently waiting on GU to give me some data to work with, so I can look a possible setup on gold. I was looking for sells, got in just about here. I was looking for sells from this level to continue down. Ideally the same sort of setup where we'd get a pullback, retest this minor trend line that was broken, as well as this zone to continue up. Still looking for that pullback unless we begin to break above this area here or this trend line. So for me, buys are valid above the trend line, break, retest. So currently right now, just waiting as price gave a pullback on this one, not one that I liked. It's a was anticipating price to continue on its way down, but now we're waiting on gold. We will be Scalping gold, so just waiting for an ideal setup on gold. Overall, it's in a channel. It's in a descending channel right here. It's between these two lines, so I'm waiting for it to give me some data that it's ready to pop out. Until then, we just maintain this structure right here and await our confirmation. So that's what we're looking at right now where gold is concerned. Ideally, I'm looking at buys on gold just the same. So we wait for that. All right, so you're welcome. Someone said to take a look at NZD CAD. Is that on my list? Yes, it is. It's in red. Okay. So NZD CAD, so this is a trade that for some reason, so I was anticipating overall sales. I had set this alert. It didn't get activated here. Set an alert on this trend line for the retest. Didn't hit it. Set a trend line on this one as well for the retest to get in. None of them got hit. So I had highlighted those with the white arrows as I was just showing it to someone. Now overall, um, I was looking at sales on NZD CAD. Um, was more so long-term sales that I was looking at based on this fib structure. Got the TP1 and we're getting a little bit of a pullback right here. So I'm already in sales for NZD CAD. Still looking to hit TP2. So for right now, um, let's see what we can do for right now. All right, so right now it would be a case of waiting to get any sort of entries on NZD CAD. All right, so it's breaking above here. So firstly, I'd want to see how it reacts to this minor trend line here. And I have this zone as well. Right here. Um, let me see. Not really keen on it going all the way up though. So NZD CAD. Yeah, so I'd wait to see what's happening. Wow, it's pushing. Alright, so we wait. Because I'm already in the cells on this one, I wouldn't be looking at buys unless it stops me out. So, um, let me just see. Alright, so this looks good for a bullish run, but I'm still holding to the sells based on um, this entry that I got here, and still waiting for TP2 on the fib. So I'm waiting to see how it reacts to this trend line, which is it might react to it just about in this area. Price rejects from here, then looking for continued sells to the downside. Um, yeah, or a break below here. But for right now, I'm not taking any additional setups for NZD CAD. Alright, we just went over GU. Alright, give me just a moment, guys. Let me try to connect this device. For some reason, it's not connecting. But in the meantime, if you have any other pairs you want us to look at, you can just drop them in the meantime and we'll get to them. I'll take a look at them for you. Alright, so person's asking for GJ and GU. Alright, so UJ, we're currently up some pips on this entry. I'm just about to reach 10 pip. No, just about 10 pip. Alright. I was just having, for some reason, I was just having connectivity issues with system here. Wasn't happening before the live, but it's happening now. All right, so let's take a look at GJ. All right, so yeah, for GJ, we're in some cells, um, long term as well as for this scalping session. Ideally, I'm overall bullish on GJ, but I'm looking for pullback before continuing up based on a higher time frame. So currently, that's what I was playing off based on the rejection. Price rejected right under this key level right here. So looking to see if we're gonna get the full pullback all the way to this level here, which is a 4 hour level. And if I should use a fib on here, then it would look something like this for major structure, which right here would have given us a 61 point pullback. So TP1 is just below this level here. And TP1 is right here. TP2 is within this level. So I have it price pretty much coming into this area for overall buys. I'll show you. So some persons may have used this fib right here, point A to point B, and you got to pull back for the 50. So you're expecting TP2, which would fall right on this level. So it doesn't matter really how you want to do it for this one, because when you look at it, you're pretty much getting in the same area, and that is key. Once you're getting in the same area, then for me, you don't really need to get too worked up on where exactly you want to put a fib. So ideally, that's what I'm looking at. So the pullbacks sells for continued buys on GJ. So we're currently riding this. Um, so we're gonna see if by London we can get a strong push to start breaking some lows for this one, and hopefully we can get this corrective move started. It is based on higher time frame. So if we were to look at the 4 hour, this is the area right here. So this is the wick that I'm currently targeting. However, all of this was a price sensitivity area. Price broke through, never really retested. So now I'm looking for the retest. So the fib that I drew from here where the point A to point B was, it is based off this 4 hour structure, which would have given us a TP2, which falls right in here. And then we look for the next leg. So currently I am all sells for GJ unless the market shows otherwise. So that's the breakdown of GJ. Currently approaching this TP1 here for 20 pip. GU. Alright, so GU. Again, I'm waiting to see what's happening here. Not a lot of confirmation for me just yet. Ideally, I wanted to see a pullback to retest some lows before continuing up. So I am currently waiting on GU for either, I think I can adjust this now to say either a break below here to retest this level or above here for continued buys. Right here we could take a buy above, but this is less than 20 pip even to this area. So it'd be sort of an impulse entry. So with GU, I'd have to see how whatever candle on the 30 minutes is gonna break above, I'd have to see that candle before I say we're gonna jump and take an impulse entry, as it has to be a candle pushing volume for us to just break and go above. But safer buys for me, better risk to reward would be above this area, so we get a break, get a retest, continued buys. That's what I'm looking at. Um, 30-minute chart. I notice a break and retest and minor structure on GU. So I'm not sure if you're looking at this area to say a break and retest. Um, Ed rocks. Um, yeah, but just not for me. I'm not liking that really. Um, it can be considered, or maybe you're looking at something like this for a trend line break and retest. It's not my type of setup. I'm not saying no towards it, but not my type of setup. So I personally am just going to wait on that one to see how it play out. But if you took it on the retest right here, be it from this level or from the trend line I just deleted, then uh, you're fine, because going to the top right here, that's 32 pip. Yeah, so we just have to wait and see. I personally didn't like how the candles are forming down here or anything, so I decided to wait. But that was a good one, or a quick entry, I would say. But I'm waiting to see how that all play out. So let's jump back and take a look at what's already running. Alright, so JJ. I'm liking this, and this one, if this candle starts to break above this one right here, then we should be good again for continued sales. So we're still riding on GJ as well. It's looking pretty good.
Well, that's a DJ trade.
Yeah, the same sell we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's it.
Why you took the sales?
Yeah, man, took the sales from right where you see it. This marker here, the
Oh,
entry. Person on the stream gave them an entry right here. So
hold on.
I
Let me see that. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm currently up 10 pips now for the stream. Alert today was for the signals chat. UJ dropping.
I'm a giant for man. Join this from the desktop. 1 second, Nollis. Let me just join from the desktop.
Yeah, man, no problem.
I can't admit me.
Yeah. I should be no.
Cool.
What gadget by currently sells. Um, please look at. All right, give me just a minute, guys. Let me just update the chat. The signals group real quick. All right, so um, take a look at EJ and AU. Can't hear the music. Yeah, music.
I mean, I hear the music, so you're fine for me.
Yeah, stop that. All right, so hold on, give me just a minute, cause UCAD is, I think UJ is. Ooh. All right, so I can secure half for persons who took the UJ entry on a stream. Um, hit 20 pips. Currently going right now. I should record these though. I should record the performance. All right, so. All right, so someone asked about CAD JPY. TP do you have? Guess you're watching the alerts. So for CAD JPY, I'm bringing it down to the TP2. Normally I like to go above, so I just do 9900. You have 99.9. No, you wouldn't have 99.9 if you're in sales. 99. Oh, you have 99 point. No, it can't be 0.9 because 99.9 is way up here. So I believe you maybe meant 98.9. This is right here. That's fine as well. Um, Let me just send. No, that's not. Oh, what the? Sorry, my notes for this trade. Oh man, this is messed up. Yeah, this is messed up. I'm gonna have to type it out to the group. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at for CAD JPY. Um, EJ. Oh, your entry was 99. Oh, that's good. It's a pretty good entry. EJ, I believe EJ I was looking at the same thing, but for some reason I didn't mark it up. No, it was because of this. So EJ wasn't based on what I was looking for. I just broke through. So yeah. So EJ, I'll take EJ below because I saw it late. When I looked at EJ, this candle here was already running. Ideally, I would want to get it when it was breaking right here, but I didn't get it. So for that, EJ would have to break this trend line for me, and then if we get the retest anywhere here, then sells. But similar to um, GJ, but I'll have to get a breakout first. So this would have been a scalp move on EJ because overall I'm not really liking it too much how it's going, but I'm looking for price to come back into this area if it decides to. So that's that's what I'm looking at with EJ. Um, what's the other one? AU. AU is one that I missed my entry on. I can tell you that much without going. That's why it's not even highlighted anymore. So I missed my entry on AU as I was looking at this right here um, for my entry and missed the break above here. I guess this would be similar to what the person pointed out on GU saying that they took an entry there, but I didn't get in. So now for AU, if get a break above here, then we start looking at positions, but it's kind of choppy though. It's, it's kind of choppy. From here though, I think we might just get the pullback at least to this level. But let's see, 36. Alright, so let's see.
But it start pull back already.
Mm-hmm. That's it. So it's possible. I respect this area.
All
So
right, I love resist support. So
mhm. So if we're looking to take this and be pretty risky one, but we just wouldn't use the full 20 pip stop loss. So it'd be something like this. So pretty much once it starts breaking the low, and then just target this area. So 12 pip to make 25 pip. Uh, not not really right up my alley, but if that happens, then yes, it can be a quick scalp move. But that candle is even trying to break out of this area right here. So just gotta wait and see. Alright, so I just set an alert and see what happened with this one. Let's check back. Alright, so GG. Wow. Said I've hit 20 pips from our scalp entry. You entered on this one, Jerome?
No, I see it late. I just took out entry at 161.35 on a small account, up in profits, but not major.
Yeah. Still not a bad area though. Case you pretty much retest this for the 5 minutes. So if it holds, then yeah. Um, 30-minute look good though.
Yeah, the 30 minute look far better.
Yeah, so that should be good. All right. Let's see. All right, so gold now. All right, nothing yet. All right, so that's 20 pips for GJ. Anyone who took the entry on the live stream. Uh, gold, gold, gold. Uh, we need to sell on gold though before the buy. Really though. That makes so much more risk to reward. So much better if we get the pullback. But if it start break above, then it's that's out the window.
Mhm.
Yeah, but still banking for the pullback. And it's
Man, I missed that big old drop there for the GJ. Damn.
catch on late, man.
Because actually, I was a friend of mine tried, set up him MetaTrader.
Mm,
So I'm gonna show him how to use it, and then you have the desktop version now of Trading View. So them always have a problem with Mac. So
mm.
in time we
Oh
don't
yeah,
right. So I said, boy, let's get a PC.
makes sense.
Let's get a PC, but him have Mac. I'm too fancy.
Hard convert I might use, I know.
Yeah, I'm too fancy. But
Uh,
man, we could have get I look on the 15 minute and I said, man, we could have get in at that 61. Once it start break the 61, 5:30 is a good entry.
hmm Yeah, true. Cause it's from last week,
Mhm.
looking and waiting for say, the fall when I should I take goal now. When it a go happen. Cause you know it a go happen based on overall structure. So it's just trying to find out, when I think when it's actually go happen. Damn.
Well, may I watch you with this gold one? Because trust me, when I see gold dance, I'm like, no state.
You know, I take the cells though. Risking the 20 pip, not the best entry, but based on this right here. Um, all right, we have 2 wins already for the stream. Let's take the sell at the break of this candle.
As for your goal,
Yeah.
and
So,
that's how it make it.
so 20 pip stop loss. Yeah.
Okay.
So 1843.37. 1843.40 actually. So,
And TP gonna be which one?
so 20 pip right here first, and then the target 40. So let's just didn't want it for the right here, so still, but that's alright. So 1841.38 is 20 pip, and then we target the pink line and see how price respond. Uh, AU. Oh, alright. AU trade active.
Oh, yeah, he
Sells.
trade after.
Yeah. Sell
Um,
just activate.
let me see. We can take the AU trader with your AUD, AUSD. Cells. I'm gonna go see.
Pip count. Look a bit though. Small. As this is just 20 pip. Oh yeah, it was a 2 to 1, 12 pip for 25 pip. Alright, yeah. Can't run it and see for the full extent of it. Just monitor once you run off in profit. Alright. I think gold sells active now as well. Yep, gold sells active. So let's chase some pip. If these candles starts pushing heavy, then we just aim for the full 40 pip. Um, BB, on which pair you asking that question? AU, well, we're selling everything right now, so which pair? On AU and gold. So it's not break of structure, because right now if structure break, then we'd be looking for buys. So playing around with price sensitivity area, playing around with overall movement for higher time frames. So no break. The break in the structure would be for our buys. That's what you're looking at. So when we start breaking the highs, then that's considered overall breaking structure for buys. So right now we're just playing what the market is doing, which is short-term sales pullbacks, um, pretty much. So that's what we're doing. And again, this is a scalp entry, so scalping does not reflect the actual direction of the market. It can be just an impulse to say a little pullback, or even just a few candles moving in a specific direction, and you just get in and you just get out. Because right now, our gold entry is up 10 pip, so can choose to take some partials or just bring stop loss to entry, whichever you prefer. But if we're looking at the long term, the overall pullbacks, then I would have to see a break below this level in particular to continue down, to retest this area I have here to give us continued buys. So that's what we're looking at. Same thing for AU. It's just pullbacks. It's no break because structure, as you can see, this is overall a downtrend. So if we have a break in structure, then it means that we'd be looking for buys versus sells. So we're just playing pullbacks right now. And AU is the same thing. High being retested, no breaks. So we're just playing off the retest. Similar to gold, just retest off our level, continue to give us a little pullback. Then we see where the market um, is pushing us. Let's see. CAD JPY is looking good. Alright, so we have AU, gold, GJ. Alright, so I'm not going to take this one until we close out one of them trades fully. But this should do the same thing as GJ. Right now where sell is concerned. Even though we maintain this low, maybe a slight pullback to this trend line to continue down. Wow. The person who asked about NZCAD and we spoke about the trend line, we got a rejection. So if you're waiting on that rejection to take the sell, then you'd have been up in some profits right now. So playing overall continued sells on NZD CAD based on this trade that I entered from last week. Went and hit TP1 and currently waiting to hit TP2 on this structure. I believe, yeah, so it was 60 pip for that. So NZD CAD for the person who asked, yes. Still respecting it for sales, and if you want, you can enter it now. Well, anyone can enter it now. Personally, not taking it though, because have enough trades running. Let's see. Yeah, and that's a 20 pip stop loss as well. So if you choose to take it, those are your parameters that you can use. Stop loss 84326, 40 pip. This is 40 pips for take profit, targeting the low right here at 0.83726. So this is actually a good one to enter. I've been in this since last week and waiting on it to continue to play out. Yeah.
Hey, you play out nicely.
hmm Yeah, man. AU and goal should run smoothly. AU, right here. Yep. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. The thing is in AU is set up good, like clean and whatever, but just not as volatile. You probably have to use some extra large lots, at least for me. Use some large lots to really bang it, because I really believe all of this would have been more than 25 pip from here to here, but it works. Nice setup.
But I mean, no, no. Well, so the first time I got trade AU, if me didn't know me that um move it from a big account and trade from the big account.
Yeah, yeah.
But now because me I play with the peers and with you, me have a small account with just $500. Me, mess around
hmm
with it. But so far, it hit.
Yeah, man. It did a for me. AU and hold on. I think EU ready for the sell. Hold on. Damn. Oh. Oh, this was for the signals chat. All right, we're going to take EU as well. Gonna take EU as well. Yeah,
Euro USD sells.
yeah, sells. Stop loss above last high. So we do 0.6922 for the stop loss. Um, think I want to target this low right here for the first take profit. Oh, that's 10 pip. Oh, 10 pip is still pip. So we watch it. The first stop will be at this low. See how it reacts there. And then 20 pips is right here, which is 0.6630. That's 20 pips. So, yeah, so EU, AU, and NZD, USD, I generally like how they move, but they don't count as much in terms of pips, but it's fine. You don't always need the crazy ones like a gold or a GJ or G or something. You need some pip where you some periods where you can just enter and relax. Like even if you don't set a stop loss, you just relax. But yeah, see how this one play out. So we just monitor accordingly. Stop loss at entry and all them stuff while we go through. Um,
GJ, retest the zone.
the same one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna look at it.
Well, the zone and me enter contact retest the zone.
Oh, um, oh, whoa. This 1 hour rejected. This 1 hour rejected. GJ. Oh, this one. Yeah, so it probably do something like this. What happened here?
Pull back to your entry.
Um, yeah, just like how this flip to retest the wicks to the left hand side here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's possible that we get something like that for this. Alright, what are your confirmation for entries? That's a bit of a broad question, but it depends on if I'm looking at intraday setups versus scalp setups. So ideally, I want to use break and retest confirmation. That's mainly what I use. I use it across trend lines. I use it across zones, mainly across zones, but I don't just use one. So if I get a few confirmations, two or so, I also use candle closure. So depending on how the candle closes, not really just like one specific candle. For example, some persons call this candle, what I'm call it again? Some falling something another. This one here. I don't use one candle like that unless it's like on a 4 hour. But I won't just sell because I think that's a pin bar. I think that's the right name. Yeah, but I won't just enter based on how one candle close. Unless it's a case where I am watching price within a specific area and that candle closed as a rejection candle, which would be like a pin bar or a doji, but I don't really get too hung up on that. So ideally, I use break and retest for my entries, um, mainly off of zones, because sometimes you won't get it off a trend line depending on the structure you're looking at. Sometimes you really don't want to force a trade to say, all right, based on a trend line, this or that, or even a zone. So that is why I do it that way. Because right here, this is a area that I was watching as well. And price rejected. I had it to say if it doesn't reject here, I'm waiting for the rejection of the top of these candle, which is also the bottom of this zone. If all of that fails and it rejects this high from these candles here, then I'm like, okay, I'll look for better buy entries, which is a break above the buys above these candles and a retest to continue up. So fair to say that for confirmations, I use break and retest. I just use it in different ways, really, but it's all break and retest. Would I do it on imbalance variation? Would I do it off candles? Would I do it off patterns? Whatever it is, it's just break and retest. That's pretty much it. So you can't go wrong with break and retest. All you have to do is just practice it. You know, you you test it out and you realize that all right, um, this one didn't work out for you. Then you just check to see, is it that based on the entry, it wasn't the best, or was it too late, or overall, did you just miss something? Because a lot of times we're doing markups and we miss one and two things. So in this case, yes, on GJ that we have on screen right now, the retest is for the sell, right? And then even though this is looking ahead, it's still, I like to have a story in mind, even if I'm not. We still take it a step at a time, but I like my trades to tell a story, you know. And of course, a story can change as you go along. That's why I haven't removed this trend line yet either, because the story can change as we go along. So we got the retest for the sell. So ideally it was, as you see, just the major. So I retested here, looking for the sell to continue down. Uh, pink, yeah. So looking for that. And if you look at what I am looking for, the fact that we got a retest here, that we're now in sells, it means that I'm looking for an area somewhere down here to be retested, then to continue up if I trade based off break and retest. So then my target, again, it can be any one of these areas. Price could even stop here for a retest, right? And then we just have to rewrite the story, because if price stops here and goes into the sell, that's perfectly okay. Because if you look at it, then it's possible i- that you can see some form of what you'd call that thing again, pattern. So you wanna say head and shoulder coming down, shoulder one, head, and if we get a retest here, shoulder two. That's all a possibility, right? So that is why you just wait for the market to tell you or show you what it's gonna do. But again, for me, major structure, I'm not looking for that head and shoulder, but I'm willing to adjust to it. Again, price can retest the trend line right here, causing a double bottom here to continue up, or it can just go down and finish this fib, which this is what I'm looking at. And this is based off the higher time frame, the 4 hour. That's why I'm looking at it this way, but just giving you overall scenarios as to how it can play. But all break and retest, nothing else. Let me see.
Nollis, you use your magic keys?
If I use it, yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, yeah.
No, I try to set up my magic keys because my open, like me I use it on MetaTrader and I open it a while ago just to test like the pip count. But it's like when I do it on like the 15 minutes,
Hmm.
it's like I said 20 pip. It'll fall below way, way below the let's me not know how to use this shit. Sorry.
Yes, it 20
Let me
pip.
let me open it up on where are you magic keys? Hello the deal. Hello magic keys. Okay, here we go. Cool. Alright, so I'm looking at the 15. So it's okay. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so by default it open. Oh, okay, okay. So let's see how it works now.
Oh, working all right now.
I guess I'm gonna take a trade yet, but man, let me finally get it. But it 13.30 loss. Alright, so I think we need to adjust my lot size set to 10. How can I adjust that? Set do the lot size automatically.
Um, no man, you said, well, I use a set lot size per um what I'm you per the that's what mirror. So I just use a standard lot size. Keep it that way regardless of the trade.
Oh, you just use a standard lot size.
Yeah. Cause and with the something here now. uh, With the pip, when you do 20, I think you have to put 200 instead of 20 for magic keys.
Man.
Yeah.
Alright, so hold on now. Um okay, so me I risk 1%. And I change this to 2 from 1%. From 2 to 1. Method of calculation, lot size, percentage of account. You use percentage of account, I just use fixed lot size.
Just the fix.
And then which one of these you put your lot size in now?
The one below that.
0.5% of risk per order. One.
Once you go, once you go, once you choose the option to the fixed,
Mm-hmm.
you just put in the lot size below. You ask you below that.
It's a if percentage of account, but when I see the lot size portion.
No money. You want to,
Oh, fixed lot size.
yeah.
Okay. Damn. But this is so small. Um, hmm.
BB soon do the structure for you. Just in Jerome with this first. Alright, you get it started now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, good stuff. Alright, so would you be able to draw 401 on our structure? I want to see if I'm on track with what you see on GJ. So I changed chart for a reason. Just to show you. So different charts, I mark it for different things so that I don't have too much on one chart, right? So I flip to this chart, and as you can see, this right here is a break and a retest of this trend line and also of this line, which is price sensitivity here, coming all the way from here, and I can extend it further left, and it's a line that was being respected just the same. But let's do what you asked. Leave. No. No. Boy, so many different markups. Alright, I think I can use this one. Alright, it's a 4-0. So, 4-0. So this is the overall structure. So on 4-hour time frame, price is consolidating. So that's it. 4-hour, you have consolidation for GJ. Right there. So all of this consolidation on the 4-hour time frame. Ideally for a structure on 4-hour, it would be this, and now consolidating within this range. So we'll put it here, but we don't know if this is a high that's going to break, or it's nothing significant for me on the 4-hour because we didn't get a break below this level right here. However, for this little pullback that happened on this leg, we haven't broken above it. So for me, it's not significant to say this is a high just yet. So looking at this 4-0, you see how it looks. Yeah, so I wouldn't count all of this for 4-hour structure. For me, see, it's equal highs. So once it's not breaking, then it's nothing. It's just consolidation for me. So let this equal highs. Price broke out of the low here and created a new low, right? So even if you're going to look at this and say, okay, so why not use this as a structure? All right, fine. So we use this one as a structure then. All right, let's remove this one so it's not confusing. So we use this one to say we had a high, then we have a lower high, a lower low, lower high, failed to break, then we had a lower low. If we're going to continue in this structure then on the 4-hour, then we just got nothing, because remember this was a high and it hasn't been taken out, so we can't get a higher high to say we're going up, or we can't classify it as a lower high just yet, because even if we're going to say a lower high, then we'd probably have to use this one. All right, but from a lower high standpoint, okay, then what next? So we're in this consolidation range on the 4-hour. So try not to confuse yourself too much with that. On the 1-hour, you can find structure though. So on the 4-hour, um, that's what I would look at, and then on the 1-hour time frame, your GBP. All right, you can look at that. On the, hold on, just a minute. Okay, on the 1-hour time frame, then you'd be able to trade within this structure, this consolidation. So if you go from high to low, right, and you're going, because remember, it has to be a trend. So this was a high, this was a low, which is higher than this one, so you can consider this as a higher low, and higher high, higher low, this made a higher high, so we need another higher low to continue to get a higher high. Oh no, the stream has dropped out. Hold on, someone said the stream is out. I still have Zoom. Jerome? Who's on Zoom?
Yeah, still here.
Alright, let me check on YouTube. Monica, yes I am. Hold on, let me check YouTube. For some reason someone said a Zoom. Oh, false alarm. He said never mind. Alright, so yeah, so that's what we're looking at. So 1 hour you can find structure within the 4-hour consolidation, right? Because remember that for a structure you need higher highs, higher lows, or lower lows, lower highs, which we're getting within this structure, right? So you can see as well that even if you should try to draw a trend line from the lower level, you can see that it is being respected because there is no candles breaking the low right here. So we're still maintaining. So this is in I would just say it's in a channel for right now, but it's slowly making its way, because you had a high here and you had a low and you had a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So now we wait to see if we're gonna get a higher high or if it's gonna pull back, you know, as we're saying, somewhere down here to give a higher low, then to give a higher high. So that's 4-0 versus 1 hour on GJ. Yeah, so 4 hour consolidating, but we're jumping in between, trying to get, trying to make some money off of that consolidation. So that's what we're looking at. Hopefully that helped. Let's go check on the children. Alright, so GJ. Not bad. Not bad. What time exactly is pre-London open? That's within an hour and 26 minutes. So 2 a.m. Eastern. And then London is at 3. Alright, so GJ is still good, no worries. Pullbacks are a part of the game. 30 minutes. See how the 1 hour closed. The 1 hour closed good. Gold. Yeah, gold is alright. Yeah, gold is alright. So we got the 20 pips on gold already. So 40 pip is right down here. That's the next target. So we're still gonna let gold run. No need to really worry about gold just yet. So we'll let that one run. What else we got going? We got AU going. Nah. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Oh, I got the alert for this. rejection from the level that we were looking at. So with that, yes, that was the reason. And remember that even so, we're looking at scalps, so therefore may not coincide with overall major structure. Have to keep that in mind. So we're not right now, not necessarily playing out intraday structure. Um, because if we're looking at intraday entries, for example, even on GJ right now, we would not have gotten in an entry here. For intraday, we'd say just wait for a possible retest before we would have taken a position as price can retest on here. But because we're looking at scalping, it's the type of trading you're doing has a whole lot to do with your analysis, your entries, and all of that. Yeah, because a scalper can even enter right here now, saying that okay, we're going to just take a quick move, go all the way down, or until that candle flip. So the entire thing is different based on whatever it is and your type of setups that you're looking at. Just like for a swing trade, you enter and you don't mind the drawdown. So a swing trader, if you're looking at a sell, for example, on GJ and prices here, all that one would do is just to come in and say, all right, price is here. If I sell, and let's say I put my stop here, I put my stop here, all right, it's gonna be 84 pip, and if I target down here, it's 140 pip. Then they just enter and set it and go about the day. So it all depends on the type of trading that you're doing. So for my TPs, yes, they're for intraday setups because I'm looking at possible pullbacks or breaks above to continue a bullish run. But for buys right now, then I'll have to get a break and a retest above that 1845 area. That's what I'm looking at on gold. So on gold, the sells that we took were scalp entries. Even though it was a rejection from a higher time frame, it was still a scalp entry because we did not get a clear break and a retest of structure. So that's the difference. BB is starting to sound like a potential student. I probably should recruit him or her. Alright, let's see.
I'll be right back now, Alex.
All right, yeah, man. No worries.
No, is this gonna be recorded?
Um, it's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be saved on the YouTube, but not recorded for Zoom. I'm having a bit of bandwidth issues, so the recording was causing
Okay.
it to lag.
So we
But
can watch it on YouTube too.
yeah, you can rewatch it on YouTube. But
Oh, okay.
the recording for Zoom will be in short order. I ordered the stuff that I need, so just waiting to get them.
Okay. Okay. How long is this one gonna be for the whole night, you think?
Well, I'm planning on running it until pre pre London to see
Okay.
if we can get some extra push there.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so
And
before
the other
next
group is on too?
hour. Yeah, so it's persons from um the Telegram group, well, signals in general, and just
Okay.
other persons from YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's just um you guys that are in the
The Zoom?
Telegram, yeah, in the Zoom, and then others are just YouTube persons on YouTube.
Okay. Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
Alright. Oh, there's a question. What brought trading all together for you? Do you have a light bulb moment? Well, I'm not sure if I'd say a light bulb moment. It's more of me really wanting it, really seeing that, it's possible because you see a lot of persons um, not just doing it, but, excelling at it, looking in yourself and realizing that it is also something that you're capable of. When you look at what it is that you're good at, you know, look at your strengths, because not because someone is doing it means that you should, or it means that you would be good at it either. So it was just a case of me looking into my strengths, realizing that this is something that I can actually do. This is something that I actually want to do. Taking the time to really put all the pieces together, and then that was just it. So it was more so for me about wanting it, going against all odds, if you may, challenges, all of that, blocking it out, and just trying to ensure that I get it, because it was a case of me putting it to say that, you know, I want it, I need this, and I need to make it happen. So it was a bit rocky at first, yes, but when you have a why, when you have that big of a reason to make it work, then it will work. Because it's easy for you to look for something that you're gonna say, hey, you're gonna get a job that, is secure. At least That's what we want to think, or you want to say you want something to make you money. But then when you look at it, you can literally get up and decide how much you want to make from the market. Because if and you don't have to get all crazy with those numbers either, because you can just compare it to a job, for example. Because if you're going to look a gig or a side hustle or whatnot, just compare it. If you're being offered, you know, $30 for your day or $50 for your day or whatever, just fund an account and tell yourself that you're going to make that from trading. And you just start there. Just start with saying, all right, instead of me trading my time going out there having to get dressed and do all of that to make this $50 for the day, I'm just gonna fund an account and trade to make that $50 per day. And you just start from there. The more consistent you become with making that, overall, you'll become more consistent with the trading. Overall, you'll start to see more results, you'll start to see more benefits, and then you're going to realize that okay, you need to actually invest more time, more effort into it because it's fulfilling your life. You're able to tick stuff off of your checklist. You're able to even enjoy life more. You know, it's not about the flashy stuff. If it's even the ability to spend more time with friends and family, that's a big thing. Because if you can take an hour, a few hours, sometimes even just a few minutes out of your day, enter in a trade and you make whatever it is that you want to make, and you stop and you go about your day, you're able to spend time on other stuff to live a fully balanced life, you know. So for me, it was really just the perks about it, being able to change a lot of stuff in my life. So not necessarily a light bulb moment. I was just hungry, and that was it. I was just hungry, and I was just like, this needs to work. There's no plan B. This just needs to work. So I had to do a lot of meditating, a lot of soul searching, because I realized that in trading, you are your biggest enemy. And not other persons are willing to even say that, let alone accept it. But it's a fact, because your neighbors can get in the way of your trading. I mean, not literally your spouse, no one. At the end of the day, you're the one who's gonna get in your own head and do all sort of stuff. So the moment you're able to tune out the noise, tune out everything else, that's when you will have your aha moment. And you'll see that it's worth it. It's worth it. Is this live session a regular thing? Well, I'm working on making it a regular thing. Right now, I don't have a set schedule for it as yet, primarily because of what is involved in getting it going. So my system is a bit limited. I didn't know until I started using all this software to get it to stream and share the screen and have audio and whatnot. So I'm currently upgrading my system. I'm just waiting for the parts to come in and then have it upgraded. At that time, I'll send out an official notice or whatnot to say this is the schedule that we'll be doing. But as for right now, this is a very second one. Did one last week. I'm gonna see if I can do one more at least for this week, but I'll share it ahead of time. But yes, I'm working on making this open more often, a few days per week at least. That's what I'm working on. Alright, I see some in the chat. Give me just a minute to get to it. Oh, Monica, I was just seeing your messages, but I believe you asked them instead. Sorry about that.
That's okay, thanks.
Alright, so I find my struggle is entries, knowing when to enter. I know that the break and the retest structure, etc., but knowing when the structure is ready to play and which structure is playing. Oh, well, that definitely can be a bit challenging, to say the least, but it just all has to do with, your overall. It's not something that I can just answer to right here, really, because if you're struggling with entries, knowing when it is ready and with structure, then I think you'd have to just do some work. But what I can say is that for now, you can just mark up your zones and just allow price to tell you what it's doing. Stay on 1 hour time frame, for example, to tune out a noise and go from there. For uptrend, you have to have higher highs and higher lows, and for the downtrend, you'd have to have lower lows and lower highs. It's really that simple, you know. But you have to understand what is happening with price, you know. Is it a case where you're in a consolidating area, you know, then you have to ask all those questions. You're not gonna always see a trade the minute you open a chart. You're not gonna be able to tell what the market is doing every time the minute you open a chart. Sometimes it's gonna take you some time, and you should be fine just allowing the charts to tell you, what is happening. If you're not sure, then you just wait it out. Don't get in the habit of always wanting to be in a trade. You know, that's that's not something good, because even looking at we have what we have here on the screen, if you were here and you opened your chart with price within this level, there really is no trade there, unless, right? So if you're looking for structure, you would not find structure there, right? However, when you look at it, this is we can just say 60 pip. This is a 60 pip range, right? So while you're not gonna find structure there, if you understand what the market is saying, you can still trade. You can still benefit from it. So on the this is a 30 minutes. You know, on the 1 hour, it's the same thing. You'll see price consolidating in here. You come down to the 30 minutes and you see it. You don't have to force to try to get a trend line in, a break and a retest or a fib or whatnot, because you realize that price is consolidating. That's what the market is doing. Don't try to force what you want from the market into the market, because it doesn't work. Right? Now, once you see that price is consolidating within a range, if you want to trade that range, all you do, buy the lows, you sell the highs. That is it. It is risky because you don't know when it will break. However, you understand that if you're buying at this low, then you're buying at this low, and you're only taking it up to this high or as close to this high. And if you're waiting for it to reach the high to sell, then that's just what you're doing. You're not trying to say, oh, it's buying from here, so you're going to take it all the way up. No, you work at what the market is saying. So the market is saying, take me from point A to point B, release me, and then take it from B to A. And that's what you do. You work with the market. So even though this right here is consolidation, right? You'd be able to get 60 pip here, another 60 pip here, right? Right here is about 50 pip. So right there we're at 170 pip, another 50 pip right here, right? It's 220, and you take another 60 pip right here. You see the gist? That's a lot of pip you're catching there. Even if you're just taking 20 pip, a 20 pip job each time, you're fine. You'd at least come out with 60 pip, 80 pip out of this right here without forcing anything. You're just understanding that the market is consolidating. So good. And listen, when the market is consolidating between a range, it's good. It's a nice time to scalp. You don't need to worry about catching 100 pip move. If it's clear that it's consolidating, all you do is you jump and you measure to see how many pips is in between the area. I mean, less than 20 pips, you don't really want to be messing with that, right? Because that's just trash. You'd have to go down to 5-minute time frame and do all of that. But right here is a sweet 60 pip in between. You can play with that. And if you take 50 pip or you take 40 pip each time, even if you get 80 pips, just 2 runs out of it, you should be fine. Understanding what the market is doing, and that is it. You just take it from there. So you have to just read the market, and if you can't read it, just allow it to tell you the story. Just take back, step back, take out a clean chart, go from the monthly time frame and just look. Don't look for anything specific, just look, and it will tell you. You'll see the overall structure, you'll see the plays, you'll see the breaks, you'll see the retest, you'll see everything. It's like you just allowing the markets tell you what it's doing, where it's going, and that's it. So we're just waiting on a little volume here to see if we're gonna get pushed to continue breaking down, or we're gonna just get that push up. There's a price made support here. Starts breaking the low. Good for sells. looking at the trend line break and retest, and also the minor break of structure and retest. The big bullish candle that scared me off to take sell at retest and waiting for the engulfing or variation. The trade has already left the area for better risk to reward. So that is it. That is it. So you see, if you're waiting on a break and a retest, right? So right here, so we're already in this cell, but let's say we weren't in the cell, right? And we're looking at it, and we have this area marked off for a retest, and we have this trend line for a retest, right? Remember, we're looking at this area being retested. So that is one area. So we're looking at a retest of this area, right? Then a retest of this area, because remember, price created a resistance right here, right? And then we're waiting on the retest of this trend line. That's three things in one little area that we're waiting on. The moment price gets in, you take your entry, because remember, you would have already planned this, right? You'd have already planned your trade to say once you get the retest, you're entering, right? And you set your stop loss and your take profit, and you just enter. You don't get, if you try to read too much in it, then you're gonna just be messing up your trades. Not necessarily say missing a trade, because yes, you miss trades, but missing a trade is not always a bad thing. But at the end of the day, if you have your confirmations and you get all your confirmations and you do not take the entry, then that defeats the purpose of you doing the markup, you doing your analysis, you doing anything, because now you're not executing on what it is that you already planned for. So you already did your markup and say, all right, I'm waiting for it to come into this area, and once it gets in this area, I am executing. The candle shouldn't scare you at all, because even if it's news and it's coming up, if that is what you have marked up and that is what structure is going to do, that is exactly what structure is going to do. It's going to just come up and then just reject, right? Once it is that the markup is aligned with the market, aligned structure, you can't be scared, man. You gotta just take it. It's better you take it with a lower risk and watch it play out or not play out, versus not take it and then watch it play out, because that's gonna mess with you in a negative way, right? So take your markups. Once you do your markups and it goes to your entry, take your position. If it's even with a micro lot size, but take your position. That's how you're gonna build confidence. That's how you're going to know that, all right, I did this the last time, I did this the last 10 times, and it worked out, so I'm gonna do it again, and it works out again, so this is how you build your little arsenal then, to say, okay, I know that once it reaches this area, I'm just gonna hit it, because this is what happened the last time. Not that you're marking the specific areas to say when it reaches this specific area, but you're looking at overall. I did a break and a retest of an area which matched up with, resistance or support. You add your confluences together. Once they're aligned, you just take your position. If it works for you, it works for you. If it goes against you, then you learn. That's just it. But you can't just be saying that you're trading and then, you're not taking positions. If you're not taking positions, you're not trading. You know, that's just it. And take your positions, man. That's the only way to know if it'll work out. You gotta take it. You gotta feel the emotions that comes with it, and then you just gotta ride it out. Just gotta do it. You can't be scared. You will have drawdowns. You will lose trades. I still lose trades. Yeah. So I mean, I don't get stuck up on the idea of not losing trades because to me it doesn't make sense. You know, I'm securing in a signals chat over 1,000 pips per week, and the most I've lost in a week. Um, you know what? Let me pull it up and take a look. I'm not gonna share it on the screen, but it doesn't really matter. But let me just pull it up so I can give you exact numbers. You're looking to win, You're not looking to lose. So it makes no sense you get hung up on the idea of, oh, you lost the trade and you don't feel like trading no more, and nah. You take the losers just like a champ. The losers are what you learn from. You lose a trade, it will feel, disheartening, yes, especially if you've waited on that trade. But a lot of times, it's not losing the trade that's it. It's just the fact that you over leveraged on that trade, and because of that, you the loss is just so much more for you to bear because you over leveraged on it, so you lost way more than you should. And that's just it. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this clearly, but this was my biggest losing week. So in terms of pips, I lost 127 pips for this week, which was a week of January 22nd. But it was also my biggest week in terms of pips, right? So when you minus the losers from the winners, you ended the week with 1,509 total pips. Why would I then be hung up on losing 127 pips? It don't make sense, And it just, you have to just tune out a lot of stuff. That's all you gotta do. Just try to tune out a lot of stuff, and you realize that your trading becomes way better. Don't be scared of losses, man. We lose every day. Every single day we lose. That life. It don't make sense because we're not gonna stop living. We're gonna get up. We're gonna say, all right, we're gonna go at it again. So trading doesn't need to be any more different. You're on the job and you lose a little incentive here, you don't quit. You do extra time or you do something trying to make it up. So just apply the same principle to trading. And don't be scared to take your positions. If it's a loss, it's a loss, and you just learn from it. About people struggling with holding a good trade. Boy, that's the next one. But here's what you gotta do, right? You got to look first thing once your risk, and when I say risk, I'm not going to talk about percentage or whatnot. You're entering a trade, right? If you don't know based on the lot size that you're doing, just do a sell stop, for example, right? And you put a sell stop here, and then you just set a stop loss, let's say 20 pip, and then based on the lot size you want to use, you just look at how much you're going to lose if it goes against you. Once that lot size is all right with you and you're okay losing that amount, you go ahead and you enter your trade, you set your stop loss, you set your take profit. Now, don't be greedy, right? That's one thing. Because if you do your markup and you know that, okay, I did my markup on a 4-hour time frame, you know that it's going to take a while for it to play out, right? You know you're gonna have a lot of all of this sitting in because of what you have going, right? But at the end of the day, trust your markup, because once you have stop loss for a reason, you have take profits for a reason, right? So what you do then is say, all right, if I'm heading all the way down here and you're getting anxiety or whatever it is that they call it, you know, set smaller take profits then. So you take it step by step, right? Set smaller take profits. Use a 30 minutes time frame, use a 1 hour time frame, and take it from there step by step. So even when you say, all right, this is your entry, and you're looking for price to come, so using this, so you're looking for price to come all the way here, right, which is 70 pip, but you saw this pullback and you're like, yo, I can't, right? Just take it step by step. 20 pips is good. So you can do it to say, all right, each trade then, my target is not going to be based off structure or whatever. I'm going to look at taking 20 pips, 30 pips, 50 pips, whatever it is. Just shorten your take profit, right? That's one way that you can do it. So when you shorten your take profit, you get out, or when it reaches that take profit, you close majority of your percent, right? So your position, you just close majority of it. You can probably close like a 90% and just leave a little runner to run to your take profit. What that will do is each time you see that little runner hit your take profit, you'll get more of a confidence booster. Each time you see that little runner run to your take profit, you'll be like, okay, that could have been my full position, right? But you're not jumping back in, you're just watching it. So always leave that little runner. So you close partials earlier, because there's nothing wrong with taking partials, because sometimes price just won't hit. But with a good trade, you have to accept that the trade is good and that you're good enough to get that good trade. Because a lot of times persons will sit in the bad trade, sit in the drawdown, adjust their stop loss, but in a good trade it starts running and they're quick to jump out, once it's a few pips in profit. And even though they jump out, it's not a case of saying, okay, I'm done trading. You're constantly jumping in and out, in and out, in and out, which makes no sense, So once you enter your trade, I'd say take one of two approaches. You either enter, set your stop loss, set your take profit, and just go about your day, or you do it where you have, I'd say, a mental take profit, just to say, all right, this is the overall move down here, but 30 pips, and you take partials at 30 pip, and then you leave the rest to just run to your take profit. That's it. So just accept that, you know, the trade you're deserving of winning that trade, and allow it to go, because you're not cutting your losses quick, which that's what you should be cutting, but you're cutting your winners quickly and allowing your losers to run, and you need to do the opposite. All right, give it time. Give it time. Let it go. If it goes back to your entry or goes back to your stop loss, then you just go back to your trade and analyze to see why is it that it didn't go all the way. Is it that you were looking at major move based off minor structure, or what was it? But really, I'd say any one of those two approaches and you should be fine. Okay, guys are welcome. I actually like the questions. Yes, my win rate is very high because I don't watch the losses. I focus on what I want, and what I want are winners. So that's all I focus on, and that's it. The losses come. I've had weeks where, I started the week giving out trade ideas where I had 2 hitting stop loss, I had 3 hitting stop loss, and I was like, man, and I decided that, all right, I need a different approach. Something is off, and I just realized that I had too much going on at the time, and I just shut out some of what I had going on and decided that, all right, I'm gonna be tunnel vision on this because I know that I'm good at what I do, and I just found my own little lane, and I decided that I'm gonna stick with it. So even my watch list, you can see that it's a lot of pairs, but that's fine by me because not all of them is gonna have a setup, or a setup that I like, or a setup that I trade. So I just move on to the next. Even though I have my main pairs, there's still others where, okay, I can just share it, because one of the things with losses was I was trying to always find a setup, because when I'm trading for myself, it's different, because if I trade today and I get a setup and I have a winning setup, I don't necessarily need to look for another trade, right? But with providing signals, you want to give a setup pretty often, right? Maybe every day, or you have some a good day or a good few days. You don't have to do it every day, but you still want to be able to provide signals. You can't just do signals 2 day out of the 6, Well, for me, that is, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I like to give value in anything that I do. So hence the reason I just expanded the watch list to say, all right, chances are I'm always find a setup. Sometimes it's some scalp setups. Sometimes it's swing trading. Sometimes it's intraday trading, because sometimes it's just based off the 4 hour that we have to do, and that's fine. But not forcing a trade will definitely help you where you're where overall win rate is concerned. But I'm not stuck up on it, not hung up on it at all. I just go about my day. If it's a loss, it's a loss, and I move on to the next one. That's it. Losses is the hazard that comes with trading. I'm here for it. Every business has its own hazards. That's right, Sonia. Or Sonia. I think it's Sonia. Yeah, but that's correct. So you can expect to trade and not lose. I mean, some persons claim that they don't lose. I'm not gonna say that they do, but I mean, for me, I don't make it that much of a big deal, to be honest, because I know that if I lose this trade, then I'll definitely make it back in another trade. So I don't get hung up on it at all. Let's see. All right. Win rate hazard. What was your favorite looking setup? Mm. Favorite looking setup. I don't really have one per se, but I love any setup on the 4 hour time frame. I just love to see how price looks, how price moves on the 4 hour. I like a good hidden break and retest of a 4 hour trend line or an imbalance slash variation retest on a 4 hour time frame. I like those because a lot of times, and when I say hidden, it's because it's not one that's out there in the open. It's one that I have to search for. And those are the ones that I like. I like the ones that are not easily visible. Any setup that's not easily visible, that's the ones that I like. I prefer those because it gives me more work to actually go and look for it. Because with all the pairs that I trade on my watch list, I don't necessarily need to go, sometimes not even to the 4-0, because I've been trading them, I've been tracking them, so I can stick to the 1 on the 30 minutes and just find the setup, but at times I like when I go to the pair and I'm like, man, what are you doing? Especially if it's one of my pairs that I like to trade, and then I go on a search and be like, okay, I need to find this setup. I need to find this setup. Those are the ones that I really like. Those are my preferred ones. Any setup that I have to search for, I like it. And I guess by that, you'd have picked up that I like a challenge. So yeah, that's me. But those are my preferred setups. Are the majority of your stop loss 20 pips? Yes. Unless it's a case where I'm doing maybe like a swing setup. And swing setups just mainly mean that I'm taking it based off of the 4 hour time frame. So if I'm doing one of those, then at times it may vary. But overall, it depends on the structure as well. Because sometimes the structure is for a proper stop loss. At times, the structure calls for more than 20 pips, and I will adjust accordingly. I won't just say no, I won't take it because it's gonna be more than 20 pips for the stop loss. No. For the scalping sessions at what we're doing now, then yes. I try to keep it at 20 pips. Mainly because we're looking for quick moves in and out type of setup. Yeah. It's getting close to London, to pre-London. So let's see what we gonna get. All right, give me just a minute, guys. If you have any questions, you can just drop it in the chat until I get back. It'll be just a minute. that's on GJ as well, Crystal, correct? You guys hearing me? Think my audio went out. Not sure. Let me know if you're hearing me, please. Zoom peeps, you hear me? All right, great. So, GJ. So, Christabel, you asked the question, which conferences gave me the confidence to enter? All right, so I've been tracking GJ for some time now. So, believe it or not, that's gonna be one confluence. When you follow a peer, you get an understanding of how the pair moves. Also, you just have an idea as to what exactly you're looking for um, on that pair. But as it relates to the chart, overall, I was looking for price to come into this area here with a rejection or a rejection from this area, which should have given me the sell. Not um, keen on any fib for this move. It just had to do it overall candles. This right here was a rejection, was a resistance on the 4 hour time frame. So I was keen into looking to it to see what my rejections are on that level. Um, I believe I have a better chart over here. Give me just a minute. No, it's not FXCM. And yeah, this one. So this is the reason why I had this blue line here. Also, it's coming from resistance formed on the left hand side here, way over here. Price came, did pretty much the same thing here. So that is why I was looking at a rejection from this level, and then I have this trend line here that I was using as a little leverage indicator to say, all right, possible retest. So when I saw that price was doing this in the same area, that was for me a double confirmation that that's what I wanted. And then when we drop down to the lower time frame now, taking this level from the left as well, strong level, price rejected it, you can say 4 or 5 times. Broke, see price was dipping in it just the same as well. So ideally, I was again waiting to see what happened here. So but these would be, so this trend line break and retest, tapping into this 4 hour zone right here, is still the bottom of a 30-minute structure as well, based on how this it forms support here, and then it formed resistance here. So that's another indicator that I use, or another confluence rather, that I use. Then based on the fact that it was the top of the 4 hour resistance, those were the confluences that I used. You got in on the retest here, which is, well, I'd say it is a good entry, safe, more visible. As I was explaining earlier, I tend to love the entries that aren't so visible, the ones that are not out there in the open. Those are the entries I like to take, primarily this one here. So those are the reasons why most of the times I have some early entries, or I have some entries that persons question, you know, saying that why would I take an entry there or whatever, because it's not clearly visible. Those are the ones that I love. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see what else we have here. That I'm not the only just student who does not use divergence at all, and I almost not use trend lines at all. Think kind of differently at some point. Well, I'm of the notion that to each his own. So not because you understand it one way means that, you know, that's the only way to do it. I'm not of that notion. You know, for me, I cannot understand divergence. I found it while I was doing the course and all of that good stuff, yes, but for the life of me, I can't use it. So I just don't. I don't force myself to try to understand it. Whoever uses it, And if it works for you, then kudos to you, but I don't, because I can't understand it, and I'm not going to try to confuse myself on anything, really, because it's not the end all be all for trading. Um, no. So I'm fine with that. So if it doesn't work for you, it makes no sense you force it. Oh no. Damn. Hold on. Because gold retested here, I'm gonna hop in gold once again. Gold sells once again. Let me just prep this up. Oh, just refresh, guys. Just refresh, please. If you're finding problems with the stream, just refresh. We're gonna take gold sells at the break of this low. It could be me, it could be you. So just do a refresh, please. And let's go again. Oh, what is happening here? Wow. YouTube family, is everything okay over there? Seeing in the comments, y'all saying that is dropping out for you. Um, Let me know if everything is alright. Alright, so we're gonna do this impulse entry on gold. Alright, Jerome, you hearing me quite alright? Are you having challenges too? Oh, okay, okay. Alright, thanks for the confirmation, and you're welcome, Crucible. You're welcome. One of the reasons for this is to, help persons, help you guys gain, sharpen your skills, or just to catch a few moves. Whatever it is, whatever it is. But yeah, that we could get it back. But yeah, that's it though. Not every move in the market is gonna be, you know, crystal clear, depending on, because remember that, you know, even as retail traders, a lot of persons trade using different strategies, right? And even while everyone is using different strategies, everyone is making money. So again, because of that, everything is not going to be clear to you. You know, some of them you just won't see that entry at all. Some, if you look deep enough, you'll see it. And some are gonna just be right there in front of you. That's just how it is. Alright. We have some volume coming in. Let's see if gold will hold. Or it's finally gonna break out of its channel. Ideally, I'd want the retest in London so that for New York it can push. But let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Alright, so a lot of ranging going on across these pairs. So let's just wait for the break. 30 minutes. This is looking. This is looking like it's setting up for a buy, but let's just wait to see. We get a weak rejection first. Yeah, let's wait on that. CAD. Okay, DJ on a lower time frame is making some rather crazy moves. So it's back in the zone. It's back in this zone. Hold on. Some is moving funny. There is no news. Alright, hold on, let me check on something here real quick. Oh, he just gave it out in the chat, so it's not news. It's a holiday. Yeah, it's holiday. So pretty much UJ might be a mess. Because we won't have anything pushing that. EU. Same. This didn't break how we wanted it. So I'll wait to see if it breaks the zone, breaks a trend line. I don't like that it's a holiday tomorrow though. Because this might just means more ranging for a lot of these US pairs. Ranging. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we can find something on gold. So gold is looking as if it doesn't want to give us another sell entry, but we're waiting. If it breaks above this yellow line, which is the wick to the left, then we just wait. Yeah. Hopefully I get some sort of confirmation that I can leave with you guys before I end the stream. But yeah, we're still waiting to see what happens here. So if it breaks above, then we just wait on a retest to continue up, as that's the overall play that we're looking at. Remember, we're bullish on it, just that we're looking for deeper pullbacks. But again, we take what the market gives. Doesn't seem as if we're gonna get another pullback, but we wait. It's at a pretty sensitive area right now, so we'll just wait to see what's up with that. Alright, so to share some light on what you guys are talking about, um, Rebecca and Christabel, it has a lot to do with your broker that you're using in TradingView, and I'll show you an example. Um, and let's look at the 1 hour time frame, because it is something that I noticed. All right, so price closed Monday, Friday. So this candle right here, oh, it's already closed. All right, so let's just focus on this candle. I'm gonna do something just to bring the point across. Hopefully, you guys will be able to see it. All right, so we're comparing, and we're looking at the same pair, same time frame, and we're going to look at candles. I'm gonna try to line it up so it's in the same area as well. All right, now use some differences. So all right here, you know, seeming the same, going up the same, but right here, you see the differences start. So this candle right here with this broker gave us this long wick down, and it is longer. It was longer in TradingView. It was on the actual MetaTrader. So this candle Because when you look at it on this broker, this specific candle,